27 degrees outside this morning, guys. We're finally getting our little month-long wintertime season here in northwestern Florida. We got a pretty hefty east wind this morning too, so we're gonna stay tucked up in the river mouth. But you know how the saying goes, if you wish to procure the biscuit, first you must risk it. That's what we're gonna do today, so we'll see how this goes, man. I want to start by fishing some of this bridge structure, see if we can find water that's, you know, a little bit on the 5 to 10, maybe even 12-foot side. We're like right at the beginning of the tide pushing in right now, so water should start moving pretty good. Hopefully that'll get the fish fired up, and as those water levels rise throughout the morning, hopefully we can start getting into some stuff along the grass lines. But for now, let's see if we can find something on these bridge pilings. I'm gonna start by throwing a slip float rig. I've been wanting to play with these a little bit. I haven't done too much of this stuff in saltwater. I've tried it a couple times, but we're in about 7 feet as it sits right here, so this should be a pretty good way to present those live shrimp. It's super cold out here today under this bridge right now, man. One of these lively shrimpers got back here on a bubbler. So I'm gonna put that Mustad Ultra Point right through the horn of the shrimp, right behind the head. Put it right through the top, just make sure to not go too deep down on the body so you don't kill the shrimp. That is a beautiful large shrimp to start the day out with. I'm gonna stick this in the rod holder for just a second here. I'm marking quite a few fish that we just happen to be cruising over, so while that kind of soaks, I'm gonna put another shrimp on and see if maybe we can drop it down onto some of these fish as we're floating over them, marking them on the fish finder. When I rig shrimp up on these sheepshead jigs, a lot of people like to go through the horn with these. I actually personally prefer to go through the bottom of the tail, straight up out the top, and the reason I do that is because that sheepshead jig is going to settle on the bottom like that, and that gives that shrimp a natural presentation sitting on the bottom, whereas if you stick that through the horn, the shrimp's going to be sideways, just sitting on the bottom, and that just doesn't look right. I will say there's a ton of structure here. Big school of something sitting on the bottom right underneath me right now, so I guess we'll suspend right above the structure. I'm guessing it's probably all concrete and rebar kind of stuff down there. Oop, there's a fish. Oh no, it came off. First bite of the morning at least, so finally getting somewhere in these cold conditions. Whatever it is, it's small. It might be a little school of trout or something. I just at least want to see what this is before we decide to move on. There we go, and we were about to. Decent fish here, actually. What is this? Little runt redfish. That is what we are dealing with here. Little rat reds. Gotta be some better fish in the mix down there, but at least we're getting started with something here. At least we beat the skunk. Let's see if we can find something bigger. There he is. What do you guys think this is? Oh, surprise, surprise. Another one of you. A little bit of an upgrade, if we can call it that. That's a better fish. Maybe. Maybe a 1/4 inch bigger than the last one. A little bit bigger. Got more spots. Hey, we're not catching monsters, but we're catching something on a cold day. At least they're not booger monsters. Good fish here. Red. little better size. Fat little redfish right there. This guy's got to be 18 to keep. He's definitely not going to make it, but there's a bunch of them on the bridge, but yeah. Oh, you got a live scope on that thing? That's what's up. Little 16-inch redfish right here. Send him back. So we came over to the other bridge. I got one little 16-inch red off that dock structure as we were coming through. We're gonna try fishing this bridge now. I've never come over to this spot, but we came through that little channel and it looks pretty good. I've marked a couple fish already. We're only in about 5 feet of water as it sits right here, but I mean, 5 feet is where I pulled that redfish out on that dock, so could be something here, man. About 5 feet of water here. There we go. Sheepshead. That might be a keeper sheeper. Keeper sheeper, keeper sheeper. There we go. Well, that was unexpected. Solid little sheepshead. I think that guy might actually keep too. Hey Dallas. Sheepshead. There we go. Let's get that jig out of him here. These guys only have to be 12 inches to keep. That guy's definitely going to keep, but I'm going to put him on the board real quick.
Hey, no, don't be over here by my spot.
That's what happens. You show me your spot, and now I catch all your fish. Yeah, I pulled them right off the end, right in there, and I've marked a couple of them.
Nice.
They're around. Yeah, it was a little baby shrimp. I got the smallest one that I could find in there and put it on. Get this guy on the board here. 15, let's see, 15 and a half, almost 15 and 3/4 inch sheepshead. That is a solid keeper fish right there. I'm gonna get this guy bled out. Solid keeper sheepshead right there, guys. 15 and a half, 15 and 3/4 inch fish. He's not huge by any means, but he's gonna eat just fine. So we're gonna put him in the cooler. Try this piling right here.
Saturday when I was here, I caught one on that piling, one on this piling, and one on that piling.
All the shallow ones, huh? It's weird. I wonder if they're up shallow because, I mean, I have a hard time believing the water's warmer, but maybe the sunlight feels warmer or something. I'm one of those fishermen that I'm just constantly thinking, like, is it water temperature? Is it more oysters? Like, what's the thing here? Like, my mind never quits going. I do like fishing this murky stuff, though. I like it a lot.
You like half a crab?
What's that?
You want half a crab?
You sure? I'll take it. I didn't even get the ice this morning, and then I realized.
Just get
Man. No, it's
what I get for being nice.
No, it was, I forgot to get ice, and then I got here and I was like, well, it's below freezing outside, so it'll probably be fine. Pedal out towards the middle of the bridge a little bit and see if we can find some depth. We're only in about 4.5 feet right now. Piling behind me, you'll see that that dark mark that goes up the bottom is where the water level rises and falls with the tide. And there's about 2.5 to 3 feet of tide mark on these pilings. I think the low this morning was like 5 something, like 550 or some crap. So it is coming in now, but the tide today is a small tide in general, and it's at one of the lowest points, so the water is very, very low right now. But that sheepshead came out of 4.5 feet of water, so they're still here. We just gotta find where they're at. Wow, that's cool. Here in this sweet, sweet sunlight. So cold. Why are you shallow? Way are you shallow? Do we have any depth? Can I get just an ounce of depth, please? Please, sir, can I just get 1 crumb of depth? No, it's still 1.8 feet all the way to the center of the bridge. So the deepest part of the bridge right now is on that far end. So we're gonna cruise back down there. I don't think we're gonna find much of anything in this shallow water. So after that Sheepshead, kind of explored that little bridge structure for a few minutes and didn't find anything else. It's super shallow over there with the tide being as low as it is. So we're cruising back to the original bridge that we were fishing right now. I'm gonna put some blue crab back on my hook here. Just put one of these little knuckles, and I'm gonna stop off at that dock where we got that 16-inch redfish to eat. And I'm gonna see if we can potentially get a keeper size redfish, or at least just catch a couple more in general. Fish right here. Is that what I'm looking at? It is a little pile of rat reds. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I like just checked to make sure the shrimp was still on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm definitely marking fish, man.
I just got a good bite. I set the hook and missed.
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah. There's a good fish. That one's definitely not going to be a keeper either. He's probably around that 16-inch mark too, about the same size as that one earlier, but he's bigger than these little rats that we have been finding. Solid little redfish right there. Get a measure on it. There's one for you. Oh, I got one on my, dude, there's one on my bobber.
What the fuck?
Did he come off? Oh no, man.
I showed you my spots and now you can't stop it.
I looked back and the bobber's going too. I was like, what?
Doubling up over there, I can't get a fucking bite.
I've got the premium shrimp. See how big this little red here is. So yeah, he's about a 16-inch fish. Solid little dude. Send him back. Alrighty guys, I just got back to the launch, so I think that's about gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along, man. Yeah, that's wintertime fishing. You never really know what you're gonna get into. A lot of times this time of year conditions don't really permit getting the kayak out, so you know, in my book, even if you're just catching runt reds all day or whatever, if you have a day where it's nasty east wind and it's below freezing and the water temperatures are 44 degrees, if you've got all those conditions working against you and you can still get out, find a place to put the kayak in the water and catch some fish consistently like we did today, that's a pretty good day. I can't complain. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, random shout out to Redbeard who just showed up right as I'm leaving. So he's been grinding it for the content, guys. Go follow him, please. Help this guy out. The fishing's tough this time of year, man. Also, shout out to Rob, who's out there on the bridge. He showed up right as I'm leaving too. And yeah, guys, so that's what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna pack it up and hit the road. So appreciate you guys watching. See you on the next one.